Oh man, I hate this one, but yeah, it's fucking Squeenix. I'm glad I don't consume any other shit anymore. It was a long fucking time ago. Way, way long. But well, we have this one from those game journals. Oh man, it's, you're going to face fall, but look at this headline. Final Fantasy VII Debert, director defends the JRPG over long filler, but says he is striking a balance with Part 3. Players just have too much to do and too much to play, so... The reason why it used to be like the original Final Fantasy VII, you had 3 discs because it was technical issues around the time with the PS1, but you had the main content, but also within fillers, you had optional content. Yeah, you had optional content. For the most part, you didn't be were required for the most part to play the optional stuff, and you can skip it and have a different sort of outcome. Or at least when within side missions they were tied to the lore. At least there's that. When you are making a video game that at this point you're charging over $70, you are forcing all of these quote unquote optional things, making it mandatory. It's not optional. And you are just overinflating, stretching the length of the game. Even where I know people don't like certain mini games, and but yeah, I enjoy them, but only when they are kind of optional or actually makes you enjoy them. Yeah, you have like certain content when that you say, yeah, I want to keep playing this just for the sake of I enjoying it, not because it's an obligation. Just like in this modern era of battle passes, at least you are want to go with a traditional single player video game, and you are just touching on content. And the thing is based on a fucking remake, a demake of our original game. So they're just fucking admitting that yeah, we are doing this maliciously just to stretch out of content and squeeze our player base more money. So Naoki Hamaguchi doesn't think certain sections were longer than needed. Uh, I don't know about that one, Chef. Even the ones that bought it or sold it to 7 Seas were saying, yeah, they fucking stretch out the shit out of this. Final Fantasy VII Divert isn't a massive game no matter how you slice it. Convoluted, not massive. Dozens of side quests, mini games I can't even recall right now, open world activities aplenty, and on top of an already eventual main story, but director Naoki Kamochi has defended some of the game's most drawn out and division sections. For example, Kite said, saying he doesn't think they were longer than they needed to be. Thank you very much. So yeah, they want to start playing. They were complaining. Oh wait, shit, this I cannot finish all of this. Or unless you are speed running, yeah, or achievement hunter. Even I have to say, even within video games, don't you remember back in the PS2 era where you had actually games that were more filled with content, but the lengths were so actually good that the part of the content, like you have a start and an end, you used to have like 3-4 hours or probably 8 hours depending on what game, but the content was so good that yeah, you seamlessly you were playing and ending in 3 days, but you say, at one point in the future I'm going to replay that one, and you did because the game of the content of that game was actually good. Nowadays they cannot do that shit. It even happened for racing video games nowadays when they are just filling them with these quests tied to live service aspects, unless there is actually rewarding. Uh, I would say, yeah, it's fun, but it's like your main core of your game, yeah, it's going to be a fucking nonsense, man. So, most fans didn't have a huge problem with the Beer's optional open world content. It's optional after all. What did inspire heated criticism were some of the mandatory sections that felt like dull filler at worst. The main current being an hour-long stretch where the game puts you in cutscenes long boots for some box-throwing puzzles you can imagine is not the most rewarding part of the Madman run. And speaking of Screen Rant, the make of Trilogy's director said he really doesn't feel the same. However, in fact, he attributes the problem to players having too much to do outside of the game itself. So they say, oh no, all the content is fine. And they just fucking admitted that they stretch it out all the game. So instead of actually just doing the fucking demake in just one simple go, they say, oh yeah, we are going to stretch the hell out of this and just like, man. So you're telling me the full version of Final Fantasy VII is going to be the PS1 version, and also that it got ported to PC? Okay, thanks for letting everyone know, and you should not support Squeenix. Oh man, it's just fucking laughable. That yeah, they admitting yeah we did this maliciously, and we are also charging more money by doing this. Fucking shameless hacks. That's it. Thanks for watching, and please take care.